Great. In fact, yeah, really feel good to be winning this award alongside some of the great brands, yeah, in India. Being a startup, always you want to do few things differently, and nice that it's getting noticed. Yeah, there are quite a few things which I believe is a differentiator here. One, of course, is the culture, right? I think Licious is visualized in a way that we solve some of the major problems in the industry. I think as we build this organization, right, some of the things which we thought is we need to create an environment for people to, because there is no solution which is sort of pre-identified, right? People need to come here and think about solving the problem. So create an environment where people feel this is a home away from home. The way the office is built and sort of enabled for people is to find their space, being themselves, build their network, so that they are able to think through the problems and find solutions to those problems without without being rather restricted by the organizational hierarchies or some of the tone of the culture which doesn't necessarily get best out of them. So what we wanted is an environment which enables them look at problems around you, pick the one which you are passionate about, go solve it, right? So that's the sort of culture which we try and create. I think people seem to enjoy working in such environment. Yeah, culture is definitely one. Second, I would say a lot of learning opportunities. We give big or richer roles when they're young, which obviously gets best out of them, keeps them engaged, wanting to solve a lot of problems. The environment helps them to do that, and in the process you learn a lot. Perhaps you build the confidence to take up bigger roles and make impact in the space you would like to do. I think what we want to do is create that sense of confidence amongst the youngsters to take up those roles and really make that impact. In the process, find your path within Licious, but I think important thing is to show them that okay, there is plenty of problems to be solved. You can be the catalyst in many ways to find that solutions which industry is looking for. So I would say I think everything is important. We try and create enablers around everything. I think culture is something which I've already spoken about. I feel if you do everything that encompasses or shapes into a company culture which sort of enables people to forget about basics and really think about solving problems beyond beyond the hygiene factors, right? So company culture, I would say, is the core differentiator in our context. While rest of the things which you called out, I would consider them as hygiene factors to really solve proactively much before it becomes a problem statement for you. So one, obviously, I think we are a consumer brand, tech-enabled consumer brand, one of the first T2C to solve this problem. So we are operating in one of the major industry which is as huge as 45 billion USD size in India. So as an employer, I think what we do is we create that environment for people to come and see that problem and really solve, creating that culture which I believe can enable people to be themselves and come out with their creativity to find those answers which industry is looking for. A sense of satisfaction of doing something which is unique, not only for the organization, also for the larger society, right? Because as a D2C brand, you sort of end up working across the value chain, right from farming to fork, right? Farm to fork organization. So as a result, you get to impact larger ecosystem in a significant way. Being a first mover in this space, every problem which we solve, not only we solve for our business, we also solve for the ecosystem. It becomes a best practice, so you are part of creating best practice in India. Hopefully, some of these best practices will travel across the globe as we venture out as well some point in time. Yeah. I think one is democratizing opinion, right? So everyone has have their own opinions about the working environment, the type of experience they go through. I think AmbitionBox sort of platforms gives people to a platform to speak up. I think it's good for the prospective talent. It's good for the generally for the ecosystem itself. I think you always need a market forces to make you stay true to what your commitments. I think some of these platforms gives you very objective feedback about what you do from time to time, perhaps constructive feedback as well once in a while, which helps us to stay true to our promise and commitments. Yeah, so I think partly I've answered, but I think this is the place where they can express themselves, and find those learnings which can differentiate them as people, professionals, which can open up opportunities for them later on, right? And also, this is a huge industry. You can come and make big difference to this industry in every aspect of what we do. We are a culmination of different industries. So we have agri-tech reality, we have manufacturing, consumer brand reality, we have tech reality, because we are a platform. We continuously innovate. How do we service our consumers? So as an organization, we are a culmination of multiple industries. People can come here and find career paths which they like, right? In some of the organizations which are focused on a particular space, your career avenue is limited, but this place is a place where you can choose your path and make it big for yourself.